Hey guys, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to our YouTube channel. The hype around the 1978 movie Pretty Baby, in which Brooke Shields played 12-year-old Violet who resided with her prostitute mother in a Storyville brothel in 1917 New Orleans, was unavoidable. Seems like it's finally caught up with us. Keep watching this video to find out the dark truth about Brooke Shields' first kiss. The movie affected her reputation. Brooke Shields was shielded from the uproar sparked by the movie's naked scenes at the time. Brooke's 12 at the time stirs furor over child porn in films, according to the People magazine cover. Terry Shields, her mother and manager, preserved every article and review published about her daughter, but out of respect, never shared it with her. If Shields made a suggestion that she had heard criticism of the movie or herself, her mother would ask, "Are you proud of what you did?" Then fuck 'em, I suppose. She's still incredibly pleased of the movie now. The preteen star of Louis Malle's movie, which was released 40 years back this week, was forever changed by it, just as she was forever changed by her debut leading performance in front of the world. She tells Vanity Fair, "It was the best creative decision I've ever been a part of, the best group of people I've ever been blessed enough to work with." Nevertheless, the demanding process of making and promoting the movie and the child trauma of creating an on-set family just to watch it disintegrate when the movie was finished almost made her give up making movies. The precociously handsome Shields had previously worked in modeling, advertisements, and a few made-for-TV films. In her first major motion picture, Alice Sweet Alice, she was also cut from Annie Hall when she said, "I was sitting in the classroom next to the girl who was into leather." Elevator to the Gallows and the Lovers, which was the target of the obscenity litigation that gave rise to Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart's famous categorization of hardcore pornography, I Know It When I See It, were among Malle's critically praised and contentious films. It was his first American movie, Pretty Baby. How Brooke's mother shaped her ideology. Terry wasn't concerned about the R-rated content of the film Pretty Baby because she had already instilled in her daughter an appreciation for foreign cinema. The Shieldses were New Yorkers in the 1970s and knew sordid when they saw it, but they felt that Pretty Baby was genuine and motivated by E.J. Belloc's life and times, who photographed Storyville prostitutes. In the film, Belloc's character falls in love with Violet and moves in with her. According to Shields, everyone involved in the film, from the actors, including Susan Sarandon as her mother, Keith Carradine as Belloc, and Antonio Fargas as the brothel piano player, to the crew, including renowned cinematographer Sven Nykvist, was passionate about it. Shields felt that they were a part of something extraordinary. Shields describes her devoted but troubled relationship with her mother Terry, including an earlier account of the production of Pretty Baby in her memoir There Was a Little Girl. She writes about the turmoil on the set, including an attempted attack on her mother's life after Terry complained to the labor board about Brooke's excessive workload. Despite the challenging conditions, Shields loved the experience of filming Pretty Baby, even though she had to wear period costumes that made the New Orleans heat worse and worked long hours. According to her memoir, her relationship with Sarandon was sometimes icy, but improved when they co-starred again as mother and daughter in King of the Gypsies. Shields felt that Carradine was kind and respectful when they filmed their characters' first kiss, and he assured her that it was a fictional kiss that wouldn't be recognized. She said, "I was really taken care of emotionally." However, after two horrifying events, Shields became disenchanted with making movies. "Coming out of filming was a big shock to my system because it was a changed environment in which we were all immersed," she said. "I recall crying uncontrollably on the plane. Only an 11-year-old can experience that type of anguish. The set had the feeling of a family, and to feel that you might have to get that close to people again and then one day it's over, I didn't want to experience it once more." The curse of being beautiful. What's most alarming is how Miss Shields handled everything as a child, even after her Lolita-like performances began to provoke media uproar. The documentary frequently depicts a young Brooke appearing on TV chat shows and responding to lewd and judgmental questions with surprising grace, calm, and maturity. Phil Donahue asks in the Louis Malle movie, "Do you comprehend how Brooke's parents feel about the attention she's receiving? I did it just as another job. I didn't take it seriously, like I was going to grow up to be a prostitute or something," responds Miss Shields. When asked by a different reporter if Terry Shields' face bears the mark of the heavy drinker, Miss Shields coolly refutes the claim and says her mother actually has allergies. Miss Shields' flawless and peaceful demeanor remained as mature as she appeared. She does, however, have a frozen look to her in these videos, a blankness that suggests the deliberate repression of unsettling emotion, as if being handled as an object repeatedly had almost transformed her into one. And with that, we come to the end of our video. Eventually, Miss Shields was able to escape this vaporous existence thanks in large part to her college knowledge. Miss Shields claims that her Princeton professor supported her in speaking up for herself, and as a result, she learned I could think for myself, which morphed into this big rebellion. She realized her untapped abilities for comedy and dancing, and learned how to create boundaries with her overbearing mother, with which she could break free of those beautiful blank slate roles.